Pedo palace of lies. Orange testicle in roller skates, MAGA freak show calls US the terrorists. Hold my beer and my torch. Oh, for the love of all that's holy and half-decent in this God-forsaken circus we call America, can we just pause the clown music for a hot second? It's October 26, 2025, and I'm scrolling my feed, minding my own business when bam, another wave of red hat rage hits, flipping the script so hard it gives whiplash. This administration. A roving gang of pedo enablers, bank robbers in suits, serial liars who couldn't spot truth with a GPS and a bloodhound, and straight-up thugs who mace migrants at the border like it's piñata season and tase protesters for daring to breathe funny. They got health care till it's a luxury for the rich, jack up prices so folks skip meals to pay rent, and then have the balls, wrinkled, spray-tanned ones, to point at us, the folks yelling, "Stop the madness," and screech, "You're the terrorists!" Me. A terrorist for wanting kids fed, families housed, and no more kids in cages. Nah, honey, that's projection on steroids, and it's dumber than a bag of hammers dipped in stupid sauce. Let's cut the bullshit and lay it out plain. MAGA ain't some plucky band of patriots waving flags and grilling burgers. It's the glittering turd of white Christian nationalism, polished up with a side of supremacy that'd make your grandma clutch her pearls. Call it what it is, white supremacists in cosplay, hiding behind crosses and constitutions they twist like pretzels. And don't get me started on the Heritage Foundation, that snake oil factory churning out dystopian fever dreams like Project 2025. Founded in 1973 by Joseph Coors, son of Adolf Coors, the beer baron who let the KKK roast marshmallows on his Colorado property with cross burnings and all. Yeah, you heard that right. Daddy Adolf rolled out the red carpet for hooded yokels back in the day, turning brewery grounds into hate-fest central. Joe. He bankrolled Heritage with fat checks, $250K to kick it off, $300K a year after, teaming up with Paul Weyrich and Edwin Fuellner to birth a beast that sponsored pro-Nazi forums, cozied up to the anti-Bolshevik bloc of nations, a crew of ex-collaborators, and even tapped Roger Pearson, that Aryan supremacy hack who edited their rag while peddling race pseudoscience. Two other founders. Weyrich had deep ties to convicted Nazi toadies like Laszlo Pastor, and the whole outfit's been a conveyor belt for right-wing poison, from apartheid cheerleaders to Christian reconstructionists itching to stone gays and adulterers. Heritage ain't a think tank. It's a hate incubator, cooking up plans to shred civil rights, torch the environment, and hand the reins to theocratic thugs. And now, it's MAGA blueprint for turning America into a Handmaid's Tale reboot, all under the banner of family values. Gag me with a swastika spoon. But wait, there's more in this big top of bigotry. MAGA, the massive red umbrella shading every slimy critter in the white power zoo. Ku Klux Klan. Still slithering, with chapters chanting Trump anthems at rallies, their robes swapped for red hats, but the hate just as fresh. Neo-Nazis. Marching lockstep, from the Aryan Brotherhood slinging prison yard supremacy to online trolls dropping 14 words like confetti. Patriot Front. Those khaki-clad clowns and their fascist flash mobs, spray-painting blood and soil while waving stars and stripes, recruits fresh-faced teens into a pyramid scheme of propaganda, stickers mandatory, dues flowing to the Fuhra Fund. NSC 131. Neo-Nazi street scum out of Boston, born from ex-Proud Boys and Patriot Front rejects. Chris Hood leading the charge with anti-commie codes and Brothers in Struggle manifestos that reek of Reich revival. They crashed Jan. 6. Stole cop gear, and now face civil rights smackdowns in court. 7. Mountains Mandate. That dominionist fever dream pushing Christians to conquer government media and schools like it's biblical Mad Max. Overlaps with MAGA Thea-fascist wing, turning prayer breakfasts into power grabs. Groypers. Nick Fuentes basement-dwelling Hitler fanboys, infiltrating CPAC with banana emojis, and America First dog whistles that scream Jews out. Proud Boys, the beer-gutted brawlers in Fred Perry polos, Western chauvinists who beat Antifa with bear mace and stormed the Capitol arm-in-arm with Oath Keepers. Speaking of those anti-Gov militias and 3%ers, Oath Keepers plotting stacked infiltrations on Jan. 6. Stuart Rhodes rotting in prison pre-pardon, while 3%ers fundraise off Patriot. Paranoia, all crowd-funded by MAGA millions, over $500,000 to Proud Boys alone post-insurrection, per the ADL. These ain't fringe loonies. They're the family reunion MAGA never disinvited. Jan. 6. A MAGA lovin' with Proud Boys allying Oath Keepers and 3%ers for force multipliers. Neo-Nazis snapping selfies amid the shitshow. Charlottesville, unite the right under Trump's very fine people wink, KKK and neo-Nazis chanting Jews will not replace us while alt-knights from Proud Boys played bouncer. The rhetoric, same old poison, migrants as invaders, protesters as thugs. Equality as woke tyranny. Heritage's fingerprints, all over Trump's second-term wish list, gutting agencies, banning abortion nationwide, stacking courts with 7 mountain zealots. It's a web of white grievance, from Coors Cash to Capitol clashes, all under the MAGA marquee. Comparing us lefties to them, that's like calling a choir rehearsal a cartel shootout. We ain't torching clinics or hanging nooses, we're marching for masks in pandemics, ballots over bullets, bread lines busted by real wages. Now, flip the mirror. This administration's sins. A laundry list longer than a CVS receipt. Pedo cover-ups. Epstein's ghost haunts Mar-a-Lago with the orange testicle in roller skates skating past 26 spa-day massages, like it's no biggie, while allies like Matt Gaetz dodge probes and Roy Moore's pedo mustache gets a Senate pass. Robbing the till. Tax cuts for billionaires while SNAP gets slashed, student debt ballooning to trillion-dollar hell, infrastructure crumbling as cronies cash checks. Lies. From perfect calls to stolen elections, birther BS to bleach injections, truth's their kryptonite. Attacking migrants. Family separations at the border. Kids in foil tents dying of flu. Now mass deportations turning playgrounds into raids. Protesters. Rubber bullets in Portland, tear gas at BLM Jan. 6 pardons for the rioters but felony charges for sit-ins. Healthcare. Repeal without replace. Premiums skyrocketing, 20 million at risk of uninsured apocalypse. Food. Farm bills gutted, food stamps clawed back while golden calf billionaires get subsidies, and they call us terrorists for fighting back with votes and voices. That's the real insanity. A regime so rotten it smells its own stink and blames the mirror. We on the left. We're the antidote, not the affliction. Fighting tooth and nail for the Constitution they pervert, the real one, with its "we the people roar for all colors, creeds, and kinds." No twisted theocracy, just liberty, equality, justice for the queer kid in Alabama, the migrant mom in Texas, the black dad dodging cops in Philly. We chase the Jesus of loaves and fishes, not the one they co-opt for hate rallies. Love thy neighbor, turn the other cheek, blessed are the peacemakers. Freedom. Not just for folks who look like them, but for drag queens reading stories and unions striking fair. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, baked into every protest sign, every ballot stuffed for progress. Forefathers, Jefferson's entangling alliances. Warning, Madison's checks on tyrants. We honor that, not some heritage hallucination of kings in cowboy boots. We fight for the GI who stormed Normandy beaches, the suffragette chained to rails, the Stonewall rioter flipping off pigs. Fascism. We punch it in the throat, from lunch counters to legislatures, because history's clear. Silence the boot stompers now or salute the swastika tomorrow. This ain't hyperbole, it's history homework they flunked. MAGA umbrella drips with the blood of lynchings, the ash of book burnings, the sweat of stolen elections. Heritage's roots, twisted in KKK bonfires and Nazi sympathizer slime, Coors Cash fueling forums for X-collabs, editors peddling Aryan crap. the groups. A rogues gallery of robes, runes, and rifles, all high-fiving under red hats. We're not terrorists. We're the tow truck hauling this fascist jalopy off the road before it clips us all. Comparing sides, ridiculous as a wolf lecturing lambs on meat-eating. We fight for a messianic America, vibrant, vast, unbreakable. They, a monochrome nightmare walls up, crosses burning. Purity patrols at dawn, to the MAGA mob mustering for my mentions. Holster those hot takes. This ain't a forum, it's my megaphone, cranked to 11, and I ain't dialing back for your dueling banjos. But Antifa, or Soros, spare me, scroll south, hit mute, marinate in your echo chamber. This truth bomb drops and stays dropped. No debates, no do-overs. If it burns, that's the point, fire purifies, or so your preachers say. America, wake the hell up. This administration's a plague of locusts in loafers, devouring decency while we starve. But we're the resistance, the remix of Rosie the Riveter with a rainbow flag and a ballot box bazooka. Laugh at the lunacy, sure. It's absurd as a testicle in skates, but fight like your grandkid's future depends on it, because it does. We the people. Damn right, diverse, defiant, destined to win. Phew, that rant was a full-body workout. If this fired you up or just made you cackle, smash that follow for more unvarnished venom, like if you're team enough with the enablers, and share this video like wildfire. Let's scorch the feeds with some spine. Stay connected, rebels. We're the tide turning this Titanic. Orange testicle in roller skates, brain on skates. Article Roman 2, Sec 4, the constitutional boot to kick the whole freak parade out. Holy flaming bags of batshit. Y'all, strap in because we're about to skate straight into the asylum where the orange testicle in roller skates is the ringmaster. And his entire cabinet of clowns is juggling chainsaws while high on their own exhaust. It's October 26, 2025, and the man's not just mentally unraveling like a cheap sweater in a catfight. He's a full-blown psych ward escapee on wheels, careening through the White House halls, leaving skid marks of delusion, diarrhea mouth lies. And policy pileups, that'd make a demolition derby blush. But here's the real knee-slapper. Every enabler sucking on his exhaust fumes. Vance the venture vulture, the cabinet of cronies, the sycophants in suits, is just as bat crap crazy, enabling the madness like it's a group therapy session gone rogue. That's why slapping him with a straitjacket by the 25th Amendment feels like wrestling greased pigs in a mud pit. Too slippery. Too many oinks from the pen. Nah, we gotta go nuclear with the Constitution's own ejector seat. Article Roman 2, Section 4, the impeachment hammer that doesn't just boot the prez, but yanks the VP, the whole lawless gaslighting cabinet, and every civil officer who's been mainlining the Kool-Aid. Treason. Bribery. High crimes and misdemeanors. Buckle up, buttercups. This clause is the constitutional chainsaw we've been begging for to clear the freak show once and for all. Let's break this bad boy down like a piñata at a kid's party gone wrong, because the orange testicle in roller skates ain't skating away from this one. Article Roman 2, Section 4 straight up says, the president, vice president, and all civil officers get yeeted from office on conviction for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Boom. It's not some dusty footnote. It's the founder's middle finger to tyrants, a check on executive ego trips that says, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, like unemployment. House brings the charges, like a grand jury on steroids. Then the Senate turns into Judge Judy with gavels, Chief Justice presiding like a board referee. Need 2/3 of those senators to scream guilty. And poof, removal plus a lifetime ban from any future office. Purpose. Keep the power-hungry in check. Ensure accountability when the top dogs start humping the furniture. And high crimes and misdemeanors. That's lawyer speak for abuse of power, perjury, obstruction, or whatever bullshit breaks the public's trust. We're not talking parking tickets. We're talking the whole enchilada of corruption. Now, apply this to the roller skating shitshow in chief, the orange testicle in roller skates. mentally. He's looping loops in La La Land, rambling about windmills raping the sky, injecting bleach like it's a spa day, claiming crowds bigger than Woodstock on acid. But enablers. Oh, they're the real MVPs of madness. J.D. Vance, that hillbilly elegy flip-flopper turned VP lapdog, gaslighting the nation with childless cat ladies rants while dodging his own couch memes. The cabinet. A rogues gallery of grifters. Energy sec peddling oil like it's holy water. Education boss gutting schools for vouchers to private prayer factories. Treasury dude printing money for billionaire bailouts while food stamps get the axe. They're all in on the con, lying about election steals, bribery via pardons for pals, high crimes like weaponizing DOJ against enemies lists longer than a CVS receipt. Treason. Cozying with Putin while Ukraine burns, or maybe those perfect calls shaking down allies. Obstruction. Stonewalling subpoenas, firing inspectors general like their bad Yelp reviews. The whole admin's a misdemeanor marathon, sprinting toward felony finishes, proving mental illness. Good luck. Docs need to examine enablers block, and the 25th requires cabinet buy-in from the same loons enabling the lunacy. It's a catch-22 scripted by Kafka on crack. But Article Roman 2, Sec 4, no psych eval needed, just facts, witnesses, and a Congress with balls. House impeaches. They've done it twice before. Third time's the charm. Senate convicts and bye-bye to the Prez, VP, secretaries, undersecs. Anyone civil who's been civil only to corruption. Imagine the purge. Vance out on his ass, moping back to Silicon Valley, Bondi the AG slinking to Florida swamps. The whole Project 2025 crew scattered like roaches under a light. It's not just removal, it's disinfection, a constitutional enema flushing the system of the gaslight goo they've been smearing everywhere. And hilarious. The irony's thicker than the orange testicle in roller skates makeup. He impeached others in his fever dreams, survived to himself by Senate cowards, now faces the boomerang. Enablers thought they were untouchable, skating alongside on golden wheels. Turns out the ice is thin, and Article Roman 2, the Zamboni ready to resurface with justice. Picture the trials. Witnesses spilling on Mar-a-Lago bribe fests, classified docs in bathrooms, Jan. 6 texts begging for pardons. High crimes. Stacking courts with unqualified hacks, extorting Ukraine for dirt, profiting off the presidency like it's a timeshare scam. Misdemeanors. Endless, perjury under oath, emoluments violations with foreign cash flowing to hotels. The evidence piles Mount Everest. All we need is a house with spine and a Senate purge of the spineless. To the MAGA cult ready to flood my inbox with caps lock fury. Pump the brakes, keyboard commandos. This ain't your echo chamber, it's my billboard, painted bold and unapologetic. But my deep state. Or Dems did worse. Shove it, debate clubs down the hall. I drop truth nukes and dip, no replies, no regrets. If this rattles your red cage, good means the message landed. Block if it burns too bright. Statement time. America's not a reality show for a roller skating reject and his deranged entourage. Article Roman 2, Section 4 is our reset button. Invoke it. Impeach the lot. Restore sanity before the skates hit a cliff. We deserve leaders with brains, not delusions, cabinets of competence, not cronies. The mentally ill Prez, tragic but enablers choosing crazy, criminal. Time to wheel the whole parade out the door, Constitution in one hand, middle finger in the other. Let's make removal great again, for real. Damn, that was a wild ride. If this revved your engine or cracked you up, hit follow for more filter-free firestorms, like if you're done with the delusion derby, and share this video like it's the antidote to the crazy. Flood those timelines. Stay connected, warriors. We're the pit crew fixing this wreck. I appreciate every badass in the comments, the sharers, the silent supporters. Love always. Santiago D.C. Maria, the queen of crowning thoughts, because I speak without filters and say it like it is.